This is not a festive themed video, but I'm sat in front of a festive themed tree, so does that make this video Vlogmas appropriate? I don't know. I've already filmed this video once and like my words weren't making sense and nothing was coming out and I couldn't word things in the right order, so I'm literally just going to brain vomit at you and hope that when I edit this it makes somewhat sense. Right, so I posted a video recently about YouTube and their glitch. I was just telling you like that was going on because a lot of people were saying, hey, you're losing subscribers, or a lot of people were noticing that something was up with my subscribe count. That's why I wanted to address it. I also wanted to address it because it was an issue I'd had for quite a long time, but I didn't want to talk about it because I was worried that, well, I wasn't exactly clear of what was going on, so I didn't want to talk about it in a video because I wasn't really sure what to say because I didn't know what the reason of it was. So it was something that's going on for a long time, for like months. You can click the video like if you want to watch it, but it's basically me talking about how I was confused why my subscribers were going down, and then I found out that YouTube was having a glitch. So you don't really need to watch the video, but because that was me summing it down in like 10 seconds. And I started receiving comments saying, Ellie, like, this is why your subscribers are going down, or this is why your views are going down. It's because you need to start making content like this, you need to start doing this, and like, I get people are giving me advice, but I was thinking, hold on, no part in that video I'm complaining about people not watching me anymore. Not in any part of that video was I complaining about me not earning enough money through my YouTube videos anymore. And like, this is what these people who were commenting were implying. They were saying, it's because you're doing this wrong or doing that wrong. And I was like, okay. And this may sound like really snotty of me to say, oh my god, people are trying to help me out. Like, how disgusting. Because you're totally going to take it that way if you don't hear me out for a second. I have been on YouTube for a long time, and something that YouTube has taught me is how to grow a backbone and how to have thick skin and how to deal with people telling me horrible things and just calling me nasty names. And just learning how to get over it like that. Like in school, I was an emotional wreck. If anyone did that, I'd probably think about it for weeks and weeks and cry and stuff. But now it's come to a point where I literally don't care. Unless you are like a beloved friend or family, then I literally don't care. The less I know someone, like the more someone is a stranger to me, the less their words are going to mean to me. So if like Bob walks into the room and says, you look fat, I'm going to be like, so that being said, like I just told you, I've been on YouTube for years. I think I'm on my 7th or 8th year. And that means that a lot of my life is documented on camera, and a lot of my phases and the way I've grown as a person and just my development as a human and a personality has changed. And that's one of the best things about vlogging and just videoing your life. You capture things on camera that not a lot of people can look back on and see. Like, if I want to see what I was doing 6 years ago today, I can do that, which is really, really cool. But obviously you don't think about that at the time. I never made a YouTube channel for that purpose because I didn't know how long I'd be here for, but I'm able to do that. But that also means you are able to do that. And my YouTube audience can clearly, it's not hard to look at my old videos, see how I've changed, which is a nice thing, but it's also a freaking terrible thing, because people seem to think that noticing change in who I am and who I am as a person and how my channel is and like the way I decide to put a video together and the way I talk, the way I present myself, they seem to think that noticing changes in that is a bad thing. There are some people that say it's a good thing, but a lot of people would say it's a bad thing, and that usually depends on the time somebody subscribed to me. Let's say they subscribed to me 3 years ago from now. What was I doing 3 years ago from now? I can't remember, but I was very different to the person I am nowadays. And if they subscribed to me then for the purpose of who I was then they're going to want me to continue being that person now. And I get a lot of comments telling me that I should go back to how I used to be and that my old videos were good and that I've changed. Oh god, I haven't wanted to make this video for so long because like I said, the only comments that do get to me are from people who I have respect for, and the people I have respect for are my subscribers, people who watch me a lot or used to watch me a lot. I respect like those loads. And I remember talking about this on my Facebook group quite a while ago, and I think I put something like, oh, losing more subscribers than gaining recently, LOL, or something like that. It was something that I wasn't even sure why I was putting on my Facebook page. And then I left the computer, came back, and that Facebook status was flooded in comments of people telling me that, yeah, it's because I haven't grown up, I haven't matured, I'm still quite childish, and my old audience are growing up, but I'm not. Or on the flip side, the exact same amount of people were saying, it's because you've grown up, like you're not fun anymore, you don't have that light-hearted attitude, you're not funny, like you're kind of a very different person now, like you are now into makeup, you're into a different fashion taste now because you're more mature and you don't want to be seen in kiddie clothes or whatever, even though, do you know what, I can't even afford to change my fashion sense. I still have the same clothes from years ago. So when people say that to me, I'm literally like, I rarely get new clothes, I'm still wearing things I wore from 2014. But anyway, so there was just streams and streams and streams of comments saying this, and although you may think that is a lot like nicer to hear than a load of haters telling me that I'm ugly and I should die or something, but no, I wasn't asking for people to analyse my channel and tell me what to do, and I wasn't asking for people to judge me in a way. I wasn't asking for people to manage my channel, tell me what to do. If I wanted people to do that, I would pay them. I would get myself a manager and I would say, help me. So I read those comments and I just cried. I cried. I cried. I'm not even going to lie about that. I replied to a few of the comments and it made me feel a little bit better because I found out that if I actually approached these people that were saying that directly and I messaged them and they were messaging me back and we were just like talking about why I felt like I'm not the way they wanted me to be, they would tell me eventually, actually, yeah, you're right. I felt like I could kind of explain my side of the story to them and they would get that quite quickly, whether that's because they didn't know I was going to reply or because they felt like they were actually hurting my feelings. But all in all, that is why I didn't want to make this video, because I didn't want that same instance happening. I feel as if the comments of this video is going to be flooded with that same kind of stuff, and if it is, then that's going to make me feel like crap. But I may have to eventually disable the comments in that case because it does really get me down, and then I don't want this video to encourage people to say this more often to me. But then again, if they do, I know that I've made a video saying I hate when people do it and they're still doing it, so that just makes them like the biggest asshole, so it's not worth my time anyway. I recently saw Louise from Sprinkled Glitter, I don't know if any of you know her, but she posted a video recently saying something that she was annoyed about her audience saying, and she said something in that video that made me think, that is so true. I mean, I don't have a lot of YouTube friends, like personal YouTube friends. I kind of do, but not enough to talk about YouTube 24/7. People I hang around with won't really want to hear me banging on about YouTube because they just probably won't get it or they won't care. And so she said something along the lines of her YouTube, I'm probably going to say this completely wrong, but I think she implied the same thing as what I'm about to say. But she said that her YouTube channel was started by her. It was started from scratch. She made it with her own hands, she made it with her own time and talent and effort. And she will continue with its success because she is a very successful YouTuber. And if she can make it that far, then she can continue doing it exactly how she pleases and how she wants. And she shouldn't let somebody tell her what she should be doing instead. And that really spoke to me because I'm a people pleaser. I like to do what people want me to do. Like, I hate knowing that I have annoyed someone or upset someone, or it's really hard for me to run a channel where I have the potential of a lot of people watching a video because I constantly try and make sure I'm hitting everyone's needs, and obviously you can't in every video. That's physically impossible. So it is a bit of a struggle for me to deal with that anyway, and then to have somebody tell me kind of what I'm doing is wrong all the time. is really, really stressful. It's hard to please a current audience because you want to know why they're there in the first place. And then I need to remember these people that have been here for a long time and remember that they were the ones that kind of got me here in the first place, so I should consider them as well. But then I'm thinking, no, like, I've heard other YouTubers talk about this before. I've heard YouTubers say they can't stand it when they are told that they have changed as a person. And when I hear a YouTuber talk about that, I'm like, yes. Because it's so good to be able to relate to what somebody's saying. And obviously, I'm going to know myself as a person better than anyone else. Anyone, even if you've watched every single one of my videos, which a lot of people say they do, especially if they're analysing my videos and telling me I've changed in all of them. More than that, I know myself more, obviously, as a person. And if anyone was to tell me that I've changed, I would, in an instant, say, thank goodness, I'm glad that I've changed. Because if I was to listen to the people who tell me that I've changed for the bad, then I wouldn't sacrifice what I am now for what they want me to be, because even if it meant keeping everyone happy, because yeah, I may have appeared differently, I may have made different videos, I may have been more of a fun person, and maybe I came across in a way that was nicer to you, more enjoyable to watch, etc, etc. But I've grown and learned and developed so many things about me. I prefer myself as a person, and I wouldn't want to go back to that insecure, sad, lonely, like depressive person I was then. But that's behind the scenes, I suppose. And I guess this is just the outcome of me being in a happier place, me making videos that I want to make now. I am doing for the same reason as making the videos I did back then, because I wanted to at the time. They were fun to me, and this is fun to me now. And you can unsubscribe. This isn't a video of me saying, please love me as I am, watch all my videos and subscribe to my channel and love me. I'm not saying that. I'm literally saying you can stop watching me. That is fine. But do not tell me how to be, what to change, or that I'm doing something wrong in your eyes, unless it's for a valid reason. Like, if I'm doing something wrong because I'm not making content that you enjoy, then just stop watching, honestly. I have been subscribed to the Charecroft, for example, for years. He was like one of the first daily vloggers I watched. I've been watching him for years and years and years and years, and I was a huge fan. I really was. And I say was because he has changed hugely as a person. Because when I think about why I subscribed to him in the first place, and I think about the person he is nowadays, there is a significant difference, and I understand that, and I get that, and I know he gets a lot of grief about changing as a person, and I understand why people are saying that. I get why someone may say it to me, because I feel like I've lost this weird connection I had with Shay from the Charecrofts, who I really, really loved, because of the fact he is very, very different nowadays since he sold his business, since he kind of hasn't felt the passion behind his vlogs anymore. And I could sense that, and like, I just stopped watching. Like, I never felt the need to leave a comment and say, Shay, why are you changing? He's changing because he's a human being, and he's probably going to stop doing the vlogs and go on to a new project. He's probably going to make something new and something better and something he has passion for again. And as long as he's making something he's passionate about, I'm cool with that. Like, if you have enough respect for somebody, you're not going to tell them how to be, or you're not going to tell them that what they're doing isn't approved by yourself. If you have that respect for anybody, that goes for friends and family. My best friend was really scared to tell me that she was going to move to London. But I explained to her, I was like, this is your dream. This is what you've always wanted to do. If I was to stand in front of you and say, no, you can't move to London because I won't be able to see you every week or so, then what the heck of a friend am I? That's not right. Just let them do their thing. You know? I don't know why I'm talking about this. I don't know who this video is for. I don't know whether this video is talking to the people who leave those comments because I want them to stop, or whether this video is for the people that don't leave the comments but notice the change. If there was literally a box that you have to give a reason to when you unsubscribe from someone, and someone has said in it because her content has changed, fine, that is fine. But it's the fact that I am being told to do something else than what I'm doing. I can't stand it. And yeah, it sucks that maybe you did like my old videos better. Maybe you preferred what I made then. I just want you to understand, if you've ever said that to me, or if you've ever felt that or thought that, I just want you to understand that one person even assumed that I'm making this content, makeup videos or fashion videos, because I felt like that's what people wanted. I'm making this new content because I'm trying to fit in with the YouTube game. No, I'm not doing that of any sort. I'm doing what I fancy doing because I fancy doing it and it's fun. That's the only reason I'll ever continue doing YouTube. It's not always about that either. People can say that they don't like my new videos because I haven't changed. So literally, YouTubers who have been on YouTube for years and years cannot win. There's not going to be someone who's like, your personality has changed and morphed exactly as mine has, and your interests have stayed the same as mine miraculously throughout all these years, and the content you make has stayed exactly as the same content as I would like to see. It doesn't work like that. People are just different in general. I love YouTube. I watch YouTube because I find personalities interesting. I find people interesting. I find their differences interesting and how they are as a person. I just find that stuff interesting as heck. And if you just watch YouTubers who you can relate to, then fine. Just don't tell them that they are not making good content because they are not relatable to you anymore. This is a really miserable video, but it's something I kind of want to talk about. Obviously, I like making chatty videos with you, and I would like to hear your feedback. I'm thinking about it now, actually. When making this video, I've just been thinking about what the comments may be like. And maybe we can start a discussion, but if the discussion gets really like painful for me to read, I'm just going to disable it. If the comments are very interesting to me and maybe it brings up new topics, then I'll sit and make a video like this again. I don't know. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I've been sat here for an hour making this video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Subscribe and click the bell if you haven't already to be notified every time I make a video. Hit that thumbs up button because it really helps my channel out. And lastly, I'm on social media such as Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Bye, guys.